Hey guys, I am going to be testing out the COSRX Centella Blemish Cream for a week. I'm gonna go over all my results. I'm gonna show you guys before and after pictures and just give you my overall thoughts on this and if it really does work for acne prone skin. I've heard some different kind of reviews on this and I have tested this out a little bit so far. I've mostly just kind of used it as like a spot treatment on any blemishes that I get, but I do want to really put this to the test and use it as a moisturizer like I believe it is supposed to be. Is just a moisturizer, but you can use it in different ways if you want, like for a moisturizer or for a kind of spot treatment. So first off, let me tell you a little bit about this. So I am looking on the COSRX website and it says that this is a Centella eraser for all red and dark traces. This is a jar type cream which makes the red and dull spots disappear left from acne. So it's supposed to be good for acne prone skin, but it's also one of the main things that they say about it is that this is supposed to help with the leftover marks. So I actually mostly have leftover marks. I got sick recently and wasn't necessarily eating the best. Definitely should have been eating better when I was sick, but I wasn't eating the best, so I got some breakouts on my forehead and around here, but pretty much everything else that you do see on my face are leftover marks. So getting in close right here, so it might look like I have like acne going on, but these are all just leftover marks. It's very smooth, so I definitely will be able to put that part to the test. I'm gonna be able to put both the tests, some breakouts, and also seeing how it helps with fading leftover acne marks. This is supposed to combat irritation and redness. It has soothing ingredients in here such as Centella asiatica, which is supposed to help soothe irritated skin and calmed inflamed red skin. This can be used as a spot treatment after breakouts. So it says to apply a thick layer of the cream on the spot where the skin has broken out to prevent the dark acne scar. And then it says that they kept the ingredient list to a minimum. So it says they kept the ingredient list short and simple and excluded all the unnecessary ingredients that might irritate the skin. So that's awesome. That is very much needed. I feel like the main thing that they emphasize about this cream is that this is really supposed to help with fading the appearance of the leftover acne marks. So I think that's really cool, especially because that is the main thing that I am dealing with. So again, just getting you up close so you guys can see what my skin looks like. I do have a few breakouts, but most of the spots that you do see on my skin are leftover acne marks. So I'm going to put that to the test. So I'm just going to show you the cream right here. Also, I purchased this myself. I purchased it from Stylovana, and Stylovana is a Korean skincare retailer. They carry a bunch of different Korean skincare brands, but then I discovered Olali, which is another Korean skincare retailer. They do have not as many brands, but COSRX is a brand that Olali does carry, and I actually reached out to them to see if I could get a discount code for you guys, and Olali did give me a discount code for you guys. It's for 10% off. So if you guys do end up wanting to try this or anything else from Olali, you guys can get 10% off. The code is Danny10, and it's Danny10 written out all in letters, no numbers. So DANITEN. That is an affiliate code, so if you guys do use that code, I would get a small little portion of the sale. It's no additional cost to you, but I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there. No pressure to use that code at all, but if you do, thank you so much. It really helps me out. It really helps me to keep this channel going. But anyway, let's get into kind of what this feels like. So I've definitely heard people say that this is a thicker cream, so you might not want to apply it in the morning because it can kind of leave a white cast, and I'm gonna do a demo right now and show you guys what it looks like being applied. So it's a relatively like thick and creamy looking cream. It doesn't feel super thick. Like, I don't know, it definitely, I guess it does kind of have a little bit of a thick consistency, but it's not going to feel like heavy on the skin. It definitely doesn't feel heavy on the skin. So this is what it looks like. So as you can see, this is why people would say like, oh, it can leave a white cast, which I definitely do agree with that. But I feel like if you just really rub it in, it definitely isn't that obvious. I don't know. Maybe it is. It looks kind of super white right now. So yeah, you might not want to apply this in the morning all over the face. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it does kind of leave a white cast. When I tested it out all over my face before, what I did was I also applied like a facial mist, and that kind of helps products to absorb into the skin easier. So when I did that, I feel like it left less of a white cast. So I don't know, that's something you could test out, but it may still leave a little bit of a white cast. As you can see, it definitely kind of is here. So you might want to just wear this at nighttime. Yeah, it doesn't like sit the best on the skin. When I use the facial mist, I definitely think it kind of blended into the skin better than this, but if you're not doing that it definitely does leave a white cast, and maybe it still does leave a little bit of a white cast even if you do use a facial mist, but something just to note. But anyway, so I am going to test this out for a week. I will do some check-ins throughout the week, and I will take before and after pictures so you guys can see what my skin looks like. And of course, I will show you guys a before and after picture so you guys can see the results that I got, to see if it has helped with healing any active blemishes, and to see if it has helped to fade any leftover acne marks. All right, so it is still the first day of using this out all over my face, and I'm gonna show you up close. It kind of looks like dead skin, but I thought it was at first, but I think it's actually the product. It's kind of like pilling up. So, ew, sorry, this looks kind of like gross, but like even like right here by my mouth, this is the cream that's just kind of like gotten kind of like patchy looking. So, you know, you definitely probably would not want to use this during the day. You'd probably really want to stick to using this at nighttime, which I know I mentioned that before because it does leave a bit of a white cast, but for another reason, because it does kind of look a little patchy, and it just looks obviously like you have a product on your face. So that's another reason that you would want to use this at night. So just wanted to add the extra reason there for you guys. All right, you guys, it is day 3. This is what my skin looks like. So up here, you know, these are pretty much healed now. This one's still a little active. These are mostly just marks. This is a mark 2, it's not active. These two are healing up here. Everything else is marks. I feel like it looks like I have a lot of breakouts going on, but I just like get the worst like leftover marks. They tend to be really dark. Like this one is so dark, but it's just a mark now. It's not an active blemish. So I don't really feel like I've noticed a huge change in my skin yet with using the Centella Blemish Cream, but honestly, I'm not surprised. It's only been 3 days, so I wouldn't expect to see any drastic results in 3 days. But I will say these are kind of healing up, and I have been using it like a moisturizer, and I have been using it morning and night. Though I did mention, you know, you likely won't want to use it in the morning because it leaves a white cast on the skin. But because I work at home, it's okay. If I was going out, I wouldn't really want to wear that in the daytime because it does leave a white cast. But because I work at home, not many people are going to see me. Still definitely need to give it some more time to see how it works. I will see you for the next check-in. All right, it is day 5. This is what my skin is looking like. I feel like it's definitely healed up a bit. My acne marks are looking really bright right now. It definitely hasn't really helped with that yet, which is no surprise. It takes a while to heal acne marks. But these 2 blemishes up here have kind of been like the main thing that I'm testing to see if it helps with like active blemishes. And it's been, you know, it's day 5 now, and I really just, they're still kind of like struggling to heal. So I don't feel like it's been super helpful with healing any active blemishes. Of course, I'll continue using this, see if it helps to take that down a little bit. Also, I will say, as far as using it like a moisturizer, because I have been using it both as a all over face moisturizer and also as a spot treatment, it really, like after I apply it and it absorbs into my skin, like when I use it as a moisturizer, it doesn't leave my face as moisturized as I want it to be. So sometimes I'll be like, wait, did I apply a moisturizer? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm testing this product out for a week. I just applied that. And I forget that I applied a moisturizer because my skin feels like dry after a little while after applying it, so it's not moisturizing enough for me. I have combination skin, so that's another thing to note. But if you have oily skin, maybe it would be totally fine for you, maybe it would work fine for you. But I just thought I would note that. I have been using it here. I don't know if you can really tell, but this spot, I feel like maybe it's helped a little bit with kind of calming down the redness there, and these spots actually are totally healed now, so that's good. They're just leftover marked now, but they're completely flat, so they're not active blemishes anymore. So maybe it has helped with that, with those spots. But yeah, so I will see you for the next check-in. All right, you guys, so my check-ins got a little, I just ended up not doing any more check-ins since my last check-in. I was in a 4-wheeler accident. I broke my humerus, so I had to have surgery. I was in the hospital for a few days, so things just, I didn't get to keep updating for this video, but it is 2 weeks now actually. I ended up testing it out for 2 weeks. I was in another state for my grandfather's memorial, and then after that, like the day after the memorial, that is when I got in the 4-wheeler accident. So I was in the hospital for a few days, so I basically I ended up just using the Centella cream for 2 weeks instead of 1 week, because that was the only moisturizer that I brought with me to the other state. So now I am back home, but there were just the days that I was in the hospital, the few days that I was in the hospital that I wasn't applying the cream. So still, I'd say a week and a half, if not a little bit more than that, that I was actually using the cream. There were just like 2 days, I think, that I didn't use the cream. But this is what my skin looks like. And my skin is actually doing really quite well. Let me try to get in with some better lighting here. Oh, my eyebrows looking whack. I can barely bend my arm. I would show you guys, I'll show you guys my arm, but disclaimer, if you're like squeamish, you're probably not going to want to see this. It's really, really bruised, so kind of skip by. So warning, I'm about to show you right now. But so here's what my arm is looking like. It is extremely bruised. It's turning yellow, and then I have this big bandage on the back where they had to open me up and they put a metal plate and screws, which is freaky, thinking that I have metal in my body. But anyway, so I'm recovering, so I'm gonna try to keep putting content out there, but I wanted to finish and conclude this video about the cream. So this is the amount of cream that I have left, if it will focus. So I still have a good amount of cream left, and I used it, I definitely did use it in the morning sometimes as well. Some days I used it in the mornings as well as at night, and then some days I only used it at night. But for the most part, I was using it both morning and night. So I don't think it was super duper helpful in kind of reducing like the size of blemishes. Like this one, I feel like it was really taking quite a while to really heal it. I feel like other spot treatments that I have used have definitely helped it heal up faster. Like this one, it's still not even like completely gone, and it's been about 2 weeks. So I don't think it's the best at like healing any active blemishes, but at the same time I do think that it can be calming, and it can like kind of help to kind of prevent the appearance of the dark spot. Like I've been applying it to this dark spot, and I do think that it has helped kind of fade that a bit. So and I feel like the overall tone of my skin with the dark spots that I have kind of have faded a little bit. So I do think that it is kind of helping to reduce the appearance of those dark spots. So I would say that is the main thing. Obviously, like, dark spots can take a long time to heal, so you know, you'd want to test it out for longer than 2 weeks to really see more results with that. But I think that is probably the most that I have noticed with this cream. If you are wanting to use it as a moisturizer, just use it at night because of the white cast. But for me, with combination skin, and especially with the colder weather, I don't feel like it provided me with enough moisture on my skin that I would like. Sometimes I would kind of forget that I applied the moisturizer because my skin would start feeling dry again. So that's something to know. If you have oily skin, it might work totally fine for you, be enough moisture. But if you do have drier skin or combination skin, you might possibly want to add another moisturizer on top, or maybe an ampule, like a moisture ampule on top, to just lock in some more moisture. But that was the other thing to note. But as far as like healing blemishes, I didn't feel like it really helped with healing blemishes really. But I do think that it can be helpful for preventing dark spots and helping to fade some dark spots over time. It didn't necessarily help to heal active blemishes, but I also didn't find that it caused breakouts, so that's really important too. So main thing I would say, if you have dark spots that you're wanting to fade, then I'd say this might be worth giving it a try. It was a smaller kind of bottle than or a jar than I thought it was going to be, but I still think it should last you a while because you don't need like a whole lot of product for each application. And you could totally just use it as a spot treatment as well, like overnight. If you just want to apply it to the spots where you do have marks, it'll last longer that way as well if you just use it in targeted areas. But yeah, so overall those are my thoughts on it. So definitely some pros and cons with it, just because it didn't really help with the breakouts that much, but I do think it can be helpful for the marks, and that does seem like the main thing that it kind of claims to do, is that can be helpful for marks. And I do think that it has helped with kind of like evening my skin tone and helping to fade some of those dark spots a little bit. and that's just within the 2 weeks. So I imagine if I use it for longer, I might see even more results with it. So those are my thoughts. If you guys are interested in checking it out, I will have it listed and linked in the description box below. Now, if you guys do get this from Olali, you guys can get 10% off with the code DANI10, and that is spelled D-A-N-I and then 10 spelled out, T-E-N. I will put that link and also the discount code in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. Here are some before and after pictures. This is before I started using the cream, and then this is after I started using the cream. As you can see, those dark spots have definitely faded. I can really tell from these before and after pictures. Just look at that side by side. Those dark spots have definitely faded. I can definitely see a difference there. If you guys have tried out this cream, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you guys do have any questions, please let me know as well. I'll be happy to help answer. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you guys want to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all for my next video. Bye, guys.